A Kentucky inmate dies face down on a mattress while being restrained by prison guards. In this week's Sunday Edition story, WDRB's Emily Muir and Jason Riley show us the video that captured it all and the debates that it sparked.
It's January 16th, 2013 at the Kentucky State Reformatory in LaGrange. 30-year-old inmate Stephen McStutes is being treated for mental illness in the Correctional Psychiatric Treatment Unit. He's being recorded because of his odd behavior inside a solitary cell.
Mr. McStutes, can you come here for a minute? We want to give you some medicine.
McStutes doesn't respond. A few minutes later, the warden gives permission for prison guards to use 5-point restraints to gain control.
You're causing self-harm and want that cuff up be placed in proper restraints.
The restraints are used to strap a person to a bed by the ankles, wrists, and around the chest. The team goes in, carries McStutes to a new cell, and puts him face down on a mattress. A few minutes into the procedure, one of the prison guards notices something has gone terribly wrong.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Hold. What do you got? He's not breathing.
Video obtained by WDRB shows McStutes remained in restraints for a few more minutes until a psychiatrist ordered he be released.
Go get an AED, somebody. We need AED.
But the bag taken from the nurse's station did not have the necessary equipment to provide oxygen during CPR. In fact, a death investigation found it took up to 5 minutes to track it down. According to a deposition of a nurse who was there, McStutes was not getting any air during that time.
5-point restraints at this particular prison hadn't been used in 5 to 7 years, according to reports that we looked at. None of the guards that went in to restrain Mr. McStutes had been trained in using 5-point restraints. And an investigation by the Department of Corrections, internal investigation, showed there needed to be some discussion about how to use 5-point restraints if they were used in the future, whether the inmate should be face up or whether they should be used at all.
He's not responding. We need to go ahead and
Go ahead and call it.
I think we need to call EMS.
Prison medical staff tried to resuscitate him. EMS came, but still, McStutes was pronounced dead less than an hour later. McStutes was serving a 5-year sentence for second-degree arson. He was eligible for supervised release in June 2013, just 5 months after his death. McStutes' mother has filed a wrongful death lawsuit claiming he suffocated because of the 5-point restraints.
She wants to know why her son, who was supposedly being taken care of and by people who presumably had the training to do so, why he died.
Attorney Sam Carl represents McStutes' family.
Why did no one step in and stop this procedure when he quit breathing?
The Department of Corrections said the restraints were for his own good, to protect the mentally ill McStutes from hurting himself. But the State Department of Public Advocacy concluded that McStutes did not resist or struggle with officers during the incident.
He had settled down and was not a danger to himself or others at the time he was carried into the cell where he died.
Director of Kentucky Protection and Advocacy, Jeff Edwards, says McStutes' death reignites a broader debate on how the mentally ill are treated in Kentucky's prisons.
You know, the use of mechanical restraints like that is something you typically don't see in psychiatric hospitals any longer.
The Department of Corrections tells WDRB the use of 5-point restraints is an acceptable practice within correction facilities. The use of 5-point restraints in KYDOC does require approval at our central office level. We have not used the 5-point restraints since August 2014. Years later, McStutes' official cause of death remains unknown. An Oldham County deputy coroner labeled his death undetermined, ruling he could not say if the restraint or actions by the officers contributed to his death. Emily Muir, WDRB News.
WDRB.com reporter Jason Riley writes more about a nurse who was there and claims the prison tried to cover up mistakes that were made. You can read that story right now on our website, WDRB.com.